All right. So obviously I'm not here. But we're going to go over a few more problems from what we did yesterday so that you can get some good practice with them. I'm going to double check to make sure it's recording because I just recorded it and I didn't record it the last time. Okay, we're good. Okay, so yesterday we talked about some new angles. So far we have complementary angles that are a 90-degree angle. So I know the two angles add to 90. I have supplementary because they're on the straight line, so they add to 180. I have vertical angles, which are congruent. So like this one and this one are equal. So if this is 50, so is this. And then these two angles are congruent because they're vertical across from each other. So if this is 100, so is this. And the last thing we have is adjacent angles. And those are angles that share the same straight line. So like this one and this one, they're both on this straight line. So that means that they're supplementary and they add to 180. So we can use these four things to find missing angles. So the directions say find each missing angle value and show all your work. If you don't show work on a question, you don't get points for the question. All right, so we'll start with this one. Okay, so looking at this one, these are not an L-shaped 90-degree complementary. They are not on the same line. This is on this line, and this one's on this line, so they're not on the same line. Are they vertical across from each other? Yes, and vertical means that they are congruent. So that means that these are equal. So these are vertical angles, and they are equal. So that 37 equals this 5x minus 3, and then I can solve it. It's a two-step, so I'm going to get rid of the minus 3 by adding 3. So that's 5x equals 40, and then I'll divide by 5, and x equals 8. So that's part of my answer. The other part of my answer is this. It's 5x minus 3, so it's 5 times 8 minus 3, so 40 minus 3, which is 37, which is what it should have been because they're congruent, so they're equal. So if they're across from each other, they're vertical and equal. All right, moving on. We're recording this video, so as you work on your worksheet today, if you get stuck on something, you can refer back and see maybe one similar. All right, this one. Yesterday we talked about in our notes that if you have any vertical angles, it's always smart to fill those in. So this 57 is vertical to this. So this is also 57. But these two together are vertical to this. So I can't fill anything in because I don't know this. I do notice that this is next to this one, which is next to this one, and they're all on this same line, which means that these are adjacent and they are supplementary because they all equal 180. They're all sharing the same line. So when they're all on a straight line, that means that the sum of them adding together is 180. So I'm showing my work. So 57 plus 42, that's 99. So these two together are 99. So this third one needs to make it add to 180. So 180 minus 99. So 10 minus 9 is 1. And then 17 minus 9 is 8. So that third angle is 81. And you can check it. Is 81 plus 42 plus 57 180? It is. All right, moving on. All right, so let's look at this one here. So they're telling me that from this side all the way to this side is 87 degrees, and they want us to find this. So I know that this 15 plus this x plus this 23 has to be 87. All right, so, well, these two together, that 15 plus that 23 is 38. And I need to find another angle there that would make that add to 87. So then I can do 87 minus 38. So that's 17 minus 8, which is 9, and 7 minus 3, which is 49. So that angle is 49. And you can check, is 15 plus 49 plus 23 87? And it is. All right, let's look at number 4. All right, so I don't really know much of anything here. So I'm just going to fill in all the missing stuff that I have because we can always fill in vertical angles. So 47 is directly across from here, which is 47. 120 is directly across from here, which is 120. I notice that this X is on this line here, which means it's on this line, which means these three are adjacent angles on the same line, which means they add to 180. Or you could do this straight line, but it's the same three things that'll add to 180, so it doesn't matter. So this 47 plus this 120 is 167. And then to find that third angle, 180 minus 167. So that's 10 minus 7, which is 3, 7 minus 6, which is 1, and 1 minus 1 is 0. So that third angle is 13. So is 47 plus 120 plus 13 180? Yes, it is. All right, moving along here. All right, number 5. All right, so I'm not sure. I'm going to fill in this missing vertical here. So if this is 68, so is this. I don't know this, though, because that's got an X on it. But I do see that this X is on this straight line. And if I follow that straight line down, I know that all three of these should equal 180 because they're all on the same line next to each other. So 38 plus 68 is that 106. And then to find that missing angle, I'll do 180 minus the 106. So that's 4. So that's 74. And 68 plus 38 plus 74 is 180. But I want to see this work. I've got to see that you're understanding where the numbers and things are coming from. So it's not just calculator work today. All right, and then our last one here. So I don't really know what's going on here, so I'm going to fill in missing values. So if this is 75, so is this. If this is 40, so is this. If this is X, so is this, but I don't know X, so I'm not going to fill it in. But I do see that X is on this line, and if I follow it all the way across, all three of these are on a straight line, which means all three of these equal 180. So I can take that 75 and that 40 and add them together, which is 115. And then to find that missing angle, I'll take 180 minus 115. So that's 5. So that's 65. And is 65 plus 75 plus 40, 180? It is. So on your worksheet today, you need to make sure, once again, that you're showing all your work. I don't want to see you skipping any work. It all needs to be on there. And it's a riddle. I'm going to show you what it looks like real quick. So you'll do exactly what I did for each question. Read the directions, find the value of X. Make sure you're showing your work. Once you get your answer for X, you're going to look for it down here, cross it out. So let's say that X is, or number 1 is 107, which it's not, but I'm just making it up. So I cross this out and I would put an A on all the number 1s. Okay. But once again, if you do not show your work, you are not getting points. All right. And I will see you all tomorrow.